What's going on, everybody? It's Dylan, Mitch, and Kev of the Bottom Line View. We're here to talk about the Atlanta Falcons, New England Patriots Sunday Night Football matchup in New England. This was the highly anticipated rematch of the Super Bowl, the 28-3 comeback, of course. That was all the hype coming into this game. And did this game live to the hype? No, but we have a lot of things to talk about, so we're going to get into it here. Some interesting stuff going on with the Falcons. Are they losing their momentum? Are they losing their cool, their swagger? Are the Patriots back to being the force of the NFL and being one of the best teams in football? We have a lot to discuss. Now, guys, I have an alarming stat. I told you guys before the chat. Here's a big stat, okay? Oh, I think Mr. Kev.
Wait, Kev.
Is old man sleeping? Kev.
Oh, is the game over?
The game is over.
That was really exciting. Oh,
so exciting. It was like I took NyQuil or the episode of Monday Night Raw in case. I have a stat for you guys. I wanted you to be up for this, Kev. Okay. Fog is 3 letters. Take the alphabet and configure the letters into numbers. So F is the 6th letter of the alphabet. O is the 15th letter of the alphabet. And G is the 7th letter of the alphabet. What's 6 plus 15 plus 7?
28.
It's 28. The Falcons blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. Okay, with that out of the way, I just wanted to point that out to you guys. With that said, guys, what did you think of this game? Were you excited? Were you happy the Patriots won? I know somebody is. How did the team look? How did both teams look? And what is to come of the Patriots? Let's start off with Mitch, of course, the Patriots.
Bro, I'm happy because the Patriots actually decided to start their season October 22nd, 2017, instead of when everyone else starts their season. It happens sometimes, but the Patriots played their first game from the first to the fourth quarter the way that they should play every game. So that was nice to see. Good defense, good offense, good special teams, good coaching, no turnovers. So it was nice to see the Patriots play a complete game here. And they played a team that was expected to give them a run for their money. They were only favored by 3 points at home. And this was a team that wanted to beat the Patriots more than anybody else on their schedule. So this was definitely a tough matchup, even though it was at home for New England. So this was what I tweeted out before the game. I tweeted out that they need a statement game in this one, and I feel like they got a pretty big – they delivered a pretty big statement in this game, specifically defensively. We'll talk about the flaws in the Falcons and all that jazz, but I think the defense showed that it has improved. It has gotten a lot better, and it's only going to get better as the season trends forward. But as well as this team, it seems like they're operating. They know what their identity is. They seem to get that run game going. They know who their lead back is as well. And it seems like the Patriots are about to embark on a run, this season's run, as they always do. So it definitely, I was excited. It was nice to see a Patriots game this year where they actually did win by multiple scores. Haven't seen that yet this season. So I think. No, wait, we played the Saints, but it was in a different fashion. It was on Sunday Night Football. It was on national TV. The Patriots always have one of those games where it's a semi-blowout on national television, and they definitely needed it for their confidence. They definitely needed to prove to teams around the league and to the fans that they are the Patriots, and it's nice to see that, at least one team is fulfilling what their identity is supposed to be this season. So the Patriots played a good game. The Falcons we'll talk about not so much, but it was nice to see as a Patriots fan, the Patriots finally play a complete game.
And guys, everybody in the comment section, comment below your thoughts on the game. We will be getting to them at the end of our recap, so stay tuned for all of the thoughts about that. Kev, how did you think about this game?
Oh, I'm going to talk about the Falcons. They are the most overrated, overhyped, overpumped, overachieved team in the National Football League. This team is awful. They have no synergy. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones are the most overrated combo in the National Football League. I tweeted this. I will take Russell Wilson and Doug Baldwin any day of the week. No question.
No.
Now, Doug Baldwin is better than Julio Jones by a country frickin' mile.
That's asinine.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. We were supposed to get a drunk Dylan. Wait. We were supposed to get drunk Dylan, not drunk Kev. When did we decide to have drunk Kev on this video?
That's
I'm not drunk.
Okay, the Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan
Julio
thing,
Jones,
Bro, check. Hey. Yo, bro. Check the stats. Yo, check the stats.
Touchdown. Yeah, check the stats. Go for it.
Do it.
Feel free to check the stats. What did Baldwin do today?
How many times has Julio led the league in freaking yards?
Oh, because he's the only guy to throw to. This is an overhyped team. They're not good.
So, I guess Antonio Brown ain't good either.
No, Antonio Brown is good. I like Antonio Brown.
Ben throws it to him all the time. So where's the point on that?
Well, Antonio Brown produces.
How about the Patriot defense played Julio well? Is that not acceptable? They did it in the Super Bowl.
Can I finish my point?
You're gonna get joked at if you make that point. Sorry.
What is your point that Doug Baldwin is better than Julio?
Let me finish my point. I think the Atlanta Falcons are a completely overrated team. I think offensively.
I agree with you.
Can I finish my point?
No.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm leaving.
Okay, leave.
Seriously.
Kev, stay. Continue the. Okay, he left.
Look at this guy. Can't even argue for 1 minute. If that was AC, he would have been shooting right back.
AC would have been hot fire.
Get back on here, Kevin. What the hell are you doing?
So Hunter did agree. He said Baldwin better than Julio. How much did you have to drink today? So yes, it is there. We'll get Kevo on here. This is scripted, by the way. We're breaking kayfabe.
Bro,
honestly,
is he drunk?
There.
Are you drunk, Kev?
No, you don't need.
Let him finish the point. I want to hear this.
I don't know what again, Mitch. I don't know what statement the New England Patriots made today. They beat a team that we hyped because it's a Super Bowl rematch, and we wanted to see this great game. We didn't see this great game. I called the blowout. There were good things. Sure, yes, the Patriots defense played their best game of the season. I will grant you that. They played Julio Jones well, but Julio Jones has 1 touchdown this year. 1. That's it. That's all. 1. He got his first touchdown of the season. Yes, I'm impressed that they can run the ball. Are they on their way? Are we on their way to the Super Bowl glory of the New England Patriots? I think we need to hold on here, because I do think that there are some teams right now that can compete with the New England Patriots. And there's one I don't like. I don't want to admit this, Mitch, but I think right now, as of, what's the date? October 22nd? October 22nd, right, Dylan?
Yes.
Okay. As of October 22nd, the Pittsburgh Steelers can beat the New England Patriots.
I'm surprised that comment came out of Kev. Am I hearing echo?
And I'm not saying that.
Can you answer this question? How many times did the Steelers beat the Patriots?
I'm saying as of today, matching these two teams up, I can see the Pittsburgh Steelers beating New England Patriots.
People said that last year, though. People said that last year.
Can I say in January, will that happen? Well, it's bad, so of course not. So I'm just saying my point.
I'm not saying the Patriots are unbeatable, though. I just said that they had a good game.
I know, but I think that people are like, well, the Patriots are on their way, and we should plan the parade and this and that. I still think there's some issues here.
Do you know why that is, Kev? The reason why people are saying this is because no one else is taking it. No one else is going out there and grabbing the brass ring, like Vince McMahon would say. Nobody is going out there and, just taking it from the Patriots. They're just letting the Patriots ease into the season, get comfortable, put their feet up, and then do what they want to do and then go on the streak. You know what I mean? There's no team right now. The Chiefs blew it. They've lost 2 games in a row. We're still in week 7, so there's a lot of time to do that, but you had a chance to jump on this team and you had a chance to really grab it and say, we're the best team in football. The Steelers, it's not like they've been without flaws. They got their ass kicked by the freaking Jacksonville Jaguars. And they lost to the Bears. So, are they a perfect team?
No, but no, they're not. But
if we're doing a power ranking now, I think the Patriots belong at least in your top 5. And I think that it's not even arguable. They won the Super Bowl last year. They're 5-2. That equates to top 5. They lost to the Chiefs, sure, and they lost to the Panthers. But that was a really bad game, and they they only lost by like 2 points. So, I mean,
I would have to put the Eagles in there. I would have to put Kansas City in there, maybe. I'd have to put Pittsburgh.
You could put those 2 teams ahead of them because the Chiefs beat the Patriots. That's fine. But other than that, you could argue the Patriots are the 3rd best team in the league. You could certainly argue that. They won the Super Bowl and they're 5-2.
You can argue Pittsburgh's better than them right now.
Why, though?
They have the same record as the Patriots.
Sure. But if they played better teams, I wouldn't say so.
I would have to look at that, but I think with Pittsburgh, we'll get into this, but I think with Pittsburgh, they're still winning fairly ugly, but it feels like both teams are turning a corner, and I feel like right now Pittsburgh's got a bit more to beat New England, and I specifically would say defensively, I think Pittsburgh has the edge right now.
We will see come December 17th when that matchup happens.
Well, the Patriots' defense is getting better. They've gotten better 3 weeks in a row, so that's nice to see.
Okay.
With the special teamers playing second back.
Can we come back to an argument, though? I want to come back to this.
Sure.
How is Baldwin better than Julio Jones?
He's not. He's just making bullshit up. You can't just say he just is.
He just is. If I need a catch, in the 4th quarter, I feel like Doug Baldwin will get that for me.
Julio did it last Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I was just thinking. Showed that with the 4th quarter.
What did he do?
Doug Baldwin's never made a big catch in the Super Bowl.
When did Julio Jones make a big catch in the second half of the Super Bowl?
He made that catch right on the
toe tap, ridiculous catch.
If it hadn't been for all the other bullshit on that one drive, the next the next 4 plays after.
You honestly don't remember that play?
No, I didn't remember that play. I didn't. I don't remember much of the second half, just other than New England scoring a lot and Atlanta not doing anything.
Can you give me an actual argument for why Doug Baldwin is better than Julio?
Baldwin plays a different. Baldwin reminds me a bit more of Hines Ward, maybe, and I've always been more of a Hines Ward guy. I think Baldwin does a lot more things in terms of patterns and routes. I think Julio is fast. I'll give Julio fast.
He's okay. I'll put it this way. Julio has better hands. He's taller. He's faster. He's bigger. He's stronger, and he runs better routes.
And Baldwin has better stats. But why does Baldwin have better stats with him? Apparently,
first off, Julio's been hurt. That's one. Second, if we look at the overall comparison of Doug Baldwin and Julio Jones in his career, Julio outmiles him by a mile. It's a mile.
This is the Gronk Zach Ertz debate all over again. What are we talking about?
Again, this season, yes, Baldwin has been a better receiver than Julio Jones, but is he a better receiver overall? No.
I'd take Baldwin over Jones.
Because you're a Hawks fan.
Yes, I am. Look at that.
Of course, it goes the same way where I'm going to take Zeke over David Johnson because I'm a Cowboys fan. It's the same way how
I would take Zeke over David Johnson, to be honest with you.
I don't think many people would have thought about it coming into the season because they thought David Johnson was going to be the number 1 fantasy.
That's kind of hard to judge right now, but
it's not. Yeah.
Kevin is getting flamed in the comments, but we'll get back to the comment section and everything. We still got to comment. We got to talk about this game where we have talked about
talk about the damn game, you host.
Well, everybody's over here. Is Julio better than no dog? And
you're like, I want to host. I want to host. So I'm like,
yeah, Patriots. I don't want to write about the Patriots. All right, anyways.
Yeah, well, this is a Patriots game. So
one of our hosts, you're also diverting from the game. Okay, so let's look at some of the stats real quick. We'll start off with the QB comparison. For Atlanta, Matt Ryan was 23 of 33, 233 yards, and a touchdown. Touchdown came in garbage time. So did those yards. Interesting fact, this is the first quarterback the New England Patriots held to under 300 yards passing. Congratulations to the Patriots defense. That is impressive.
Where you at, AC?
The Falcons did not score a single point for 91 minutes and 30 seconds between their last 2 games. Awful, if you ask me. But Matt Ryan over here played a mediocre to okay game. He didn't do anything shockingly good. He made a couple of bad passes. Some of those throws were in garbage time. The Drew Brees special. I mean, he's in the same division, so we do know the garbage time special. And that was their one successful drive, was in garbage time. They decided not to go with a QB sneak on 3rd and 4th and goal. I'm going to put that out there. What did everybody think?
They had 4 successful drives. One was a blocked field goal. One was a missed field goal that almost got blocked, and one of them was a stop on the 1 yard line, and one was that touchdown.
That's it.
And yeah, and they had the ball a lot in the second half. And a lot of it was they were almost conceding defeat because they were running the ball
because the first half you could tell the intensity between these two was there, and it was looking to be a defensive matchup. That's why it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, much like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
well, you know what happened was the Patriots were stopping the run in the first half, and then once they were up, what was it at halftime? 17-0 or 10-0?
At halftime it was 17-0.
17-0.
Okay, so once it was 17-0, basically the Patriots said, we're just going to play nickel defense the whole game. We're going to take our big guys out of the game. So the Falcons are just running down the field, but they're just wasting the clock, and the Patriots are just conceding them to allow them to do that, and they just made the stops in the red zone. So, I mean, that was good defense, and that was strategic to allow them to run the ball. If they want to run the ball, they can run the ball. That's how the Patriots have played in the past, and that's what they did today. But, when they needed to stop the run, they did that. And I think this is the biggest reason why the Patriots defense has been better, is because they've been stopping the run. They stopped the run when they needed to against the Bucs. They stopped for sure the run against the Jets. And in key situations and in the first half to get that lead, the Falcons couldn't run. Whenever the Falcons have been successful this season on offense, when it's been very limited at times, they have been able to run the ball. And the Patriots took that away from them in the first half. They crowded the box. I was impressed with how aggressive they were on defense. They were blitzing. They were getting after Matt Ryan. And it worked. And I think they played a little bit maybe too passive in the second half, but they knew that their offense is going to get the ball. They're going to run the timeout, and it's going to be game over. And that's just kind of the way the game went. That's why it was so boring.
Well, what did you think about Matt Ryan's performance?
Matt Ryan, he was okay. I thought he missed a couple throws, but
those 2 throws in the end zone were not good plays.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to tell, though, because he threw it. The receiver was backed up against the sideline, and, of course, it was always foggy throughout the game, so that was also an issue. But, the corners did a pretty good job of forcing the receivers to the outside, and it was a tough throw. But still, if you're the MVP of the league, you should at least put it in a spot where he can.
It should be a 50-50 ball.
Catch
if you're
yeah, he might not have caught it, but give him a chance to catch it. So there was a few of those. There was probably 4 or 5 of those. But besides that, I thought he was okay. I mean, he took what the defense gave him. He just didn't make any spectacular plays out there. There was a number of plays that Brady made that Ryan didn't make. And he made some plays with his legs, which was predictable because the Patriots can't contain any quarterback. But, for the most part, I just thought he was blah. He didn't do anything to really win the game for his team, but he didn't really screw it up either. He didn't throw any interceptions that were oh, that should have been a pick.
I would put that to the comparison would be the Giants in Week 1 against the Cowboys. I don't know why I remember that game in particular, but Eli didn't make a lot of whole big throws and then threw the one interception at the end. But yeah, Matt Ryan was. Here's the thing: he struggled this season. Coming into this game, he had 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. He was not looking like MVP form, so it was going to be interesting to see how he did, and he did mediocre. Kev, what did you think about Mr. Matt Ryan today?
It was, I would agree with Mitch's terminology. It was blah. He's been blah all year. I'm going to be honest. I don't see it with Matt Ryan. I don't if it's. I understand what I'm about to say because this guy went to the Super Bowl last year and he should be, and he won MVP and all of these sort of things. But I just have never been completely enamored that Matt Ryan is an elite quarterback. I'm not saying it's the system, but I think he's one of those guys that has the advantage that he plays in an indoor warm stadium for a good half of his career. And And I think that that's helped him. But I don't know if this is the guy that I want with 2 minutes to go running my offense and getting me that final touchdown. I don't see it. I just don't.
I agree with you.
Like,
yeah, he would not be in my top 5 when it comes to people I want with the 2-minute drive. In like even right now, I would have Brady, Stafford, Rodgers would be in consideration. There's a couple of the quarterbacks out there that could get the job done. But Matt Ryan, I mean, last season he put up the numbers.
I would probably take Phillip over Matt Ryan
for sure. Phillip's done it like 5 times this year. His kicker just fucking misses the kick.
I never had a problem with Phillip Rivers. I'm just they're not making the playoffs. But
yes, they are. But they're going to lose next week. They're going to lose next week, but they're going to win the rest of the games.
So 3-5 is going to make them go to the playoffs.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to make it in 9-7, like I predicted.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, we'll see.
I'll bet money on that. That's not going to happen.
Anyways, it's not just Matt Ryan at the end of the game stuff. Like, there's that, whatever. He's actually done okay in that regard throughout his career. That's why he has the nickname Matty Ice. There's a reason for that. Because he's done okay in that regard. Especially earlier in his career, he was pretty good at that. But I just think he's never been great. I mean, he's always kind of sat around the 10 to 12 range for quarterbacks in the league, and I think that's kind of where he is right now, 10 to 15 range. I just thought like he had that Cam Newton out of nowhere season. A lot of it had to do with his offensive coordinator that's no longer there. And like I said, Kyle Shanahan won him the MVP, and this offense hasn't been the same without him, and Matt Ryan hasn't been the same. He was not the most valuable player last year. He was the player with the best stats on the best offense. That's why he won MVP. You could have given the MVP to Rodgers. You could have given the MVP to Brady. You could have given the MVP to Carr or Stafford. They were all better players in terms of valuable to their team more than Matt Ryan. Because Matt Ryan was a product of what the system was giving him last year, not necessarily how great he was. You could tell because, oh my God, this guy's 31 or 2 years old, and all of a sudden he's having the best season of his career. That doesn't just happen. That has a lot to do with the players around him, the system, the team, whatever it has to do with. But Matt Ryan's just came back to earth, and he is what he has been besides last year. That's just what Matt Ryan is.
He is who we
I don't know why more people don't understand this.
He is who we thought he was.
So that's my thing. Like, I feel like we look at the stats of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, and we are enamored with these stats. But I just don't, with both of them, I just don't see it when I need to see it.
The Matt Ryan comparison, I'm fine with.
But I don't like Julio. I don't know if that's the guy I want.
Okay, we'll put
at the end.
No, you know who you want. You don't want Doug Baldwin. You want Julian Edelman. That's who you want.
I want the guy that I think will go up the middle and make the really tough catch. Like the ball.
Not Dez either, because he'll drop it.
Hey! Who took a shot at my boy? Okay, he hasn't been great, but don't be fucking around.
Even though I like Dez and I own his jersey, he'll probably catch it and then drop it.
Don't fucking and Edelman or even you look at like Keenan Allen hasn't been great.
Larry Fitz
will do it. Fitz would do it. Keenan Allen in a third down stats. Like, it's just, I feel like this is the thing that I struggle with the Atlanta Falcons.
I like the Keenan Allen shout out. I like that, Kev.
Well, it's helping my argument here. It's building my argument. I feel like the Atlanta Falcons are all flash, no substance.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it last year. I felt that if Seattle,
they were really close to winning the Super Bowl.
Right, they were down. Weren't they up 28-3 and something happened?
Yeah, something like that. Well, you know what I want to add to your argument to increase it. I think somebody just said this in the chat, but I think I did a video on this, or we talked about this last year at some point. Star receivers don't win Super Bowls.
They never do.
Like guys that are considered stars. They don't.
Like other than Jerry Rice, name some of the best receivers of all time. They don't win Super Bowls.
No, but like the last 20 years, you can go down the list. I don't know if there's one guy that's won the Super Bowl. Like besides Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne with the Colts,
But they only won one.
There wasn't a top 3 wide receiver in the league that won the Super Bowl. Like, the Patriots haven't had one. The Seahawks didn't have one. The Broncos, Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders weren't an elite receiver that year.
Nope. They were a good combo.
The Ravens had Anquan Bolden, who kind of came out of nowhere, but he was an elite receiver. Who else? Like, I'm trying to remember. The Saints never had anyone. The Packers, no, not really.
Hines Ward, baby! No, I'm kidding.
The Steelers, no.
I would argue that, I know that the stats don't prove my argument, but Hines Ward, I think, is one of those guys.
Hines Ward was like an Anquan Bolden.
Oh, he was better than an Anquan Bolden. He was.
They're very comparable.
In terms of stats, maybe. In terms of intangibles,
in terms of play too.
In terms of intangible and contribution to the team, no.
I think so.
I think Hines was the epitome of what I think a lot of teams want out of their wide receivers right now. Make the tough catch in the middle, block for the running back, do other things, not necessarily be about stats, but be about the team.
Oh, should we talk about Doug Baldwin versus Julio Jones stats? I'm sorry. I just
Go ahead, because
in the modern NFL,
incomparable.
In the modern NFL, it doesn't pay trophies to win. It doesn't pay trophies to have a receiver, elite receiver. It's just a fact.
No, that's why the Odell Beckham highest player of all time is bullshit. Like, he shouldn't be getting paid as much as anybody else in the history of the league. Just putting that out there.
The only reason that is because the rest of the team can't do shit without him.
He shouldn't be paid the highest, though. He can be the highest receiver.
No, he shouldn't, but he should be the highest paid receiver.
Yeah, I agree.
And he should be one of the highest paid, but I don't think he should be the highest paid. Even though Von Miller did say that.
Von Miller, bro, I got your jersey, bro. Okay, but no, just no, it doesn't work. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah, just because you're a Giants OBJ hater, it's all good.
When the fuck did I say I'm an OBJ hater? When
you're a Cowboys fan,
that doesn't mean I can't not like the guy. I like.
It's implied.
Well, then fuck the stereotype. I like him as a receiver. He's a good receiver. I'm not gonna know. I'm like Kev. I'm gonna acknowledge when the receiver is good. So
yeah, Doug Baldwin's better
than OBJ. I never said that.
Well, okay.
I never said that. I'm not saying Doug Baldwin's the best receiver in the league.
You just said he's better than Julio, who is basically Dylan said he was the best receiver last year. So
I did.
Julio Jones was the best receiver last year.
What's that?
Yeah, many would say that.
I would say Julio or Antonio Brown were the best two receivers in the league. There's no question about that. There's no question. Doug Baldwin was not the best receiver of last year.
I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying that at all.
The guy, Julio Jones, had 86 catches and still put up 1,400 yards last year. I mean, that's
Baldwin had 94.
Yeah, but he also had over 100 yards less. So I don't know. All right.
Systems and a number of different things there.
Okay, let's move on with these stats.
Yeah,
come on.
Actually, he had 300 yards less. I'm sorry. Okay, continuing on with the stats here. Let me pull these back up. The rushing game tonight for the Falcons, like Mitch said, it was more apparent in the second half for the Falcons than it was in the first half because it was getting stopped for most of the game. Let me pull up the stats again. The app kind of froze for a minute. Okay, Freeman had 12 carries for 72 yards. His longest was 21 yards. Matt Ryan got 3 carries for 37. They didn't really use Tevin Coleman all that much. 6 carries for 16. I thought it was basically ineffective. They averaged 5.5 yards per carry, but it was kind of in some garbage situations when they were just not really much to say there for them. They weren't given the intensity. Not a lot of big runs, and it kind of killed them in the long run because they weren't doing anything with it. So what did you guys think about the run game for the Falcons?
The run game has been pretty good for the Falcons. You got to give them credit for that this season. A lot of that has to do with their offensive line is very talented, and their running backs are very talented. So that, that's going to happen. But I thought the Patriots' interior players, Trey Flowers, Alan Branch, Malcolm Brown, even though he got hurt at the end of the game, those guys played a really good game. I thought they stuffed basically every run that they needed to up the middle. They even forced them to run a wide receiver reverse on the 1 yard line because they didn't think they could make it in on the 1 yard line, running it in with their running back. So I would say that the Patriots defense was really good against the run, and that was their number one focus. In terms of the Atlanta rushing attack, they did a lot of the things that you kind of expected. Some tosses to the outside, a lot of the stuff that we saw with Kyle Shanahan in the Super Bowl, some stretch runs, some zone blocking up the middle, tosses to the outside, but pretty much everything was taken away from this defense because of this defense. And the only thing I thought that they really had consistently was Matt Ryan moving outside the pocket. He had 3 huge runs on big downs where they were able to get some yards. But besides that, nothing really happened on the ground for the Falcons.
There was that one run in the second half where Freeman made a nice move on the 21-yard run. But they started getting that going too late. It was 17-0 when Sarkisian decided to get that kind of going. And I mean, not that you needed to necessarily pass fully at that point. I mean, it's only 17, he can run. But it's again like Matt Ryan, like this offense. It was okay. I would describe it the same way. There's a lot of flash. You see things from Devontae Freeman, and
Freeman's a good back, Kev.
No, let me finish. You see things, and you say, "Wow, he's a good back." But I just feel there's something missing. There's just a lack of something.
So is 1,000 yards the only running back to go back-to-back 1,000 yards the last 2 seasons? Not something.
That's something, but there's still something right now missing with this team.
I don't think it has to do with their run game. I think their run game.
I don't think they used it enough, quite frankly.
The problem with the Falcons is that their pass game is weak. Like just their normal pass game without play action is very weak. Everything that their offense is based off of is the effectiveness of the run and then working off the play action, as we saw early in the game. But, once they kind of get behind and once that's taken away, you can no longer use the play action like that. And they have to just pass straight up in shotgun. And usually when they do that, it's not as good for whatever reason. They just don't have those schemes down as well as they do with the play action game. And I think a big part of that is because, again, I bring him up again, and I know that he's 0-7 as a head coach. But as an offensive coordinator, Kyle Shanahan was the best in the league last year, and he was a big reason why they were able to do all that stuff. Because some of the plays he would come up with, there's Taylor Gabriel running wide open down the field, and it's just an easy throw for Matt Ryan.
AC has joined the chat. I cannot wait for this one. He brought up something in the chat. I love it.
Okay, Kev. Okay, AC. Can you believe this?
You know what? I'm normally when my intro music, I should have like that intro music, like
we should give you
glass breaking. Boom. Normally when I roll in, man, it's for you, Mitch, and things I disagree with. But this is just all Kevil stupidity today.
Okay,
is the reason why I had to jump on. Kev's the guy, when a team has a bad game, he likes to come right at their throats every single time. It's nothing new. It's nothing new.
AC, notice how the Seahawks won today, though.
Yes, they did win today.
Yeah, they did. But to say Doug Baldwin I don't think Doug Baldwin would say he's better than Julio Jones.
Listen, I said I would rather have Russell Wilson and Doug Baldwin.
I'll tell you this. I'd trade Russell Wilson and Doug Baldwin for Julio Jones.
Well, you will never win a Super Bowl if you do it.
Well, how do you know?
I promise.
How do you know?
How do I know? Because I would rather have Doug Baldwin than Julio Jones. It's not about stats.
You won't win a Super Bowl with Julio Jones.
Why would you rather have – bro, are you – like, give me a reason.
Because Baldwin does way more things for the team than Julio Jones.
Okay, how many Atlanta Falcons games have you watched this year? Like, you watch one game. Like, Julio Jones still does a lot. It's not like Julio Jones doesn't block. This offense has been successful in the run game with Julio Jones on the field, making blocks downfield. It's not just you're basing everything on one game, Kev. Like sometimes you guys do. You take one game and it's the be all and end all of that game.
No,
You pick and choose when you want your battles.
No. The Atlanta Falcons have struggled a lot this year. There's an echo. Is that me? Okay. Falcons, this wasn't like they came into the New England Patriots 5-0 and they had a bad game. There's a problem here. Julio Jones, this is his first touchdown of the year.
There's obviously a problem, but it's
that's
not
a play
with
calling
Julio.
thing. That's a play calling and Matt Ryan. It's not Julio's the problem.
Okay.
It's the offensive coordinator. That's what it is.
Well, I said that was the problem already.
Notice how the Atlanta offense was good in the first 3 games, and then everyone figured them out, and now they suck. Is that a coincidence?
Were they good in the first 3 games?
Well, they killed the Packers. I know that much.
Yeah, they weren't. They still almost lost. The Bears.
They almost lost to Chicago.
They were okay against the Bears. I don't remember their second game.
They blew
their
out
second
the
game was the Green Bay game.
Okay,
it was the Green Bay game. Third game was Buffalo, and they lost. They lost to Miami.
Whatever. I'm just trying to make a point.
They lost to New England.
Okay. What was their third win? What was the other game they won? They're 3-3. Their season's not over yet.
Hang on here.
I just find this entertaining. I love these.
They were ranked 5th or something, right? In points at 12th or something.
They beat the Lions, the Packers, and the what was that?
Oh yeah, right. The Lions. How many points they score against the Lions?
They scored 30.
They scored 30 points.
30-26.
So once they got figured out, that's the problem. Now they don't know how to adjust. It's not Julio. The guy's led the league in receiving yards like the last 2 years.
The Falcons in the last 3 games have put up 17, 17, and 7 points in the game.
And that just brings me to my one point that this was maybe a complete game for the Pats, but I don't think they just beat a stellar team. And
that's what I said.
Handily.
Are there any stellar teams?
No, but I'm just saying this. If you look at the points that the Falcons missed, either on just missed execution or bad play calling, this should have been a lot closer, and we'd be talking.
The game was over by then.
Not so much. Even going for it, they gave them free 7 points in the end of the first half.
You know why? That was psychological.
No, I totally understand, but I'm just saying that was if they punted the ball away and.
How do you know Brady wouldn't have just went down the field and scored? He's done it like how many times?
I'm a numbers guy, and if you
I'm a numbers guy, so Brady probably over 50%.
Hey, Brady did go 2 3-and-outs against the Jets last week, so they could have it could obviously happen.
Like I'm just saying, like to go 90 yards instead of 45.
But at the end of the half against the Jets, he scored in 20 seconds.
Well, he did it. I'm just saying he did it twice in the fourth quarter. He did
like 60 yards.
Yeah, I'm saying you have to go 90, an extra 30 yards. That's huge.
But it was 2 minutes left.
But I'm just saying that it's still the chances are that you punt the ball away and you take.
I like what the Falcons
they only
did, to be honest.
2 touchdowns, dude.
I'm not saying this because they got stopped. I'm saying this. It worked the first time. They just got their block. They got a kick blocked, which the Patriots special teams played really well because they almost blocked 2 kicks.
Is it me?
But I think someone is echoing. Kev left. I think it was Kev. No, it's not Kev. It's AC. Okay, so it was AC, Kev.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
So what was I gonna say? So I actually liked their approach in terms of going for it because it was aggressive. They knew that they're going to have to score a lot of points to win this game. And I thought that they wanted to prove, hey, we're in this game. We're not afraid to beat the Patriots. We need to go out here and we need to score points. I personally understand the approach, and I personally, the way the Patriots defense has been playing all year, I think the Falcons figured, hey, we have 4 downs to beat this defense. We're going to do it. Let's have confidence in our offense. It didn't happen, but I thought that move wasn't as bad as it seemed. If they would have made it, everybody would have been praising them.
Well, they got the first one.
Just because they didn't make it. They got the first one, as I said, but they got a blocked field goal. So.
Yeah. So
I just think compounding that with them getting points, it looked a lot worse. Like you said, if maybe Patriots only get a field goal out of that, I think it maybe looks a lot better. But if you're going to do that, your defense has to step up and at least only give up a field goal and not a touchdown.
I think what I'm seeing is that the Falcons' confidence is shot right now. That they have lost a couple of hard games for them. They didn't score points in 90 minutes. So, their confidence is shot. They've lost their offensive coordinator who can't make plays. The good thing is that they're playing the Jets next week, which is a
Jets are pretty good. And the Falcons have lost to every AFC East team so far.
Ooh, that's the one. That's the stat.
Well,
But,
I just don't. I guess I don't get why
the Jets screwed it up though. I think Josh McCown was paid to throw that interception.
This is my thing.
Conspiracy theory.
I don't get why everyone is on the Falcons bandwagon.
I wasn't. None of us are.
I don't think none of us are, but I'm just saying.
I think AC was the only one to pick them. Did Dylan also pick them to go to the playoffs?
Yeah, I picked them to go to the playoffs.
To be fair, when we filmed that,
I did pick them to go to the playoffs.
Okay, I didn't. So
we're 1 week ago.
I'm definitely not on their bandwagon.
No, I know. Yeah, no, you predicted. The things you do predict.
Still might.
We hear about them. We never hear about the things that you predicted that don't go well that often. But we always hear about the predictions that you did predict.
Because Dylan already informed you of all of those.
No, I'm just saying
that
we always know that the good predictions. We never hear the bad ones. And the one thing that I will say that I didn't realize was how much – you did say this, Mitch, but I didn't know how much of a new offensive coordinator would hurt this team. And I think this is the be-all and end-all, has been the play calling. And I think
I said that too.
Okay, great, Kev. With this offense not as confident, I think it's hurting the defense as well, because last year the defense was used to playing with the lead a little looser, and now the defense is having to make plays, which I don't think this defense is built for that.
Okay, here are my mistakes so far this year. Okay, looking at the
standings. Calculated.
No, looking at the standings right now for the playoffs. I was definitely wrong on the Giants. Okay, I think everyone was. I've been wrong on the Bucks.
Titans.
No, Titans are the Titans are tied for first, so Titans still might make it. But
they won a 12-9 game in overtime against the Browns. I don't know how much confidence I have against them.
They're still there, and everyone else picked them too. So, but they're 4-3. Sorry, so they're tied with Jacksonville, and probably Houston's 3-3. So. Yeah, I have the AFC correct so far, except for the Chargers need to make a comeback, which is going to happen, Dilly. It's going to happen.
It's not going to happen. I will bet money the Chargers
regardless of that, I mean, so far I'm doing okay. And I think every other mistake has been you guys made the same mistakes. So I'll just put that out there for you.
Yeah, no, and then we can talk about this season in your picks that haven't been that great.
Which have been horrible for basically everybody. Basically everybody.
I've been picking winners, man. Chalk.
He was 12-2 this week, so I'll give him that.
But also, let's look at the NFC. I don't think he had the Rams in the NFC for the lead.
No, because I had the Bucks. I just said the NFC. I had the Bucks out and the Giants. That's my wrongs right now.
But you didn't have the Rams in the top of the NFC.
Yeah, you didn't have the Rams.
No, I didn't have the Rams or the Eagles. Those are the two teams.
But you didn't. You didn't have New Orleans.
I'm so confused what he's saying.
Or New Orleans.
Yeah, you didn't put the Bucks. You didn't. But Dylan is saying.
It doesn't matter. Why are we talking about Mitch's?
No, I'm just saying every NFC team we didn't have is the top in the division right now. Just saying, Philadelphia, Minnesota, New Orleans, and the Rams were not anybody as 4 division leaders.
Exactly.
That's true. But.
Just putting that out there. All right, we're still
the
supposed to
be and the Vikings. I had those two, and the Packers are fucked
in the playoffs,
and the Redskins. I had them near there, but
as division leaders.
I don't remember.
In this game.
I think I have 3 or 4 right now.
EC's reaction says it all. We are. Let's talk about the Patriots. Let's talk about the offense. Tom Brady went 21-29, so almost in the stat line of Matt Ryan in terms of completions and stuff. 249 yards, 2 touchdowns, QB rating of 121.2. I like what Brady played today. He didn't play with that much. He didn't have to make that many big plays, but some of the key throws on third down were very nice. It's very Brady-esque. It's the same stuff you hear most of the time with Brady. Some good throws to Hogan on third down. Gronk wasn't a big factor in this game other than that 27-yard completion. But he made some good throws, especially to White, who had 5 catches today that produced a couple of first downs. Nothing spectacular, nothing Super Bowl 51 like, but I liked what Brady was bringing in terms of good throws, short passes that got them the first down, and they led good drives. It's all about logical football, getting out big drives instead of big plays, especially in today's game. So, what do you guys think about Brady?
For Brady, good game. I didn't think he made many bad throws. That one interception that should have been an interception, but it was a terrible penalty by Atlanta. That was bad, obviously. I don't think he saw the guy. But other than that, I think he played a really good game. He was really good under pressure. He was really good making plays at third and long when they needed to make them. A number to Cooks, Hogan, Gronk, all those guys made plays in the receiving game for him. And Brady, I think I want to acknowledge one thing that he's done really well this year is he's done better than normal, which is pretty incredible. Even his age, he has been phenomenal moving in the pocket this year and providing his receivers more time to look down the field. This offense has been more centered around the deep passing game. And we saw a number of moments where Brady was kind of doing that whole thing where he's behind the guard in the center, he's moving around, and he gave a couple more seconds for his guys to get down the field and made some nice throws. But it wasn't anything special. He just played a very efficient game. They relied a lot on the run. They were up the whole game. So played a good game, but, didn't have to win it necessarily for his team. But another solid one for Brady.
Yeah.
The turning point was the roughing the passer penalty that seemed to get Brady going. Nothing spectacular, but he got the job done, and it kind of was a bit more old school Brady, where there was nothing beautiful and there's not fantastic stats, but at the end you see a 23-7 victory, and you're good.
Yeah, and he only had 8 incompletions, so that's good too.
Yeah, he was stellar. What you're going to see from Brady night in. It's just every time you watch him, it's so awesome to see when he does get pressure, what he does with it, knows exactly when to step up, makes the throws when he needs to, makes first downs, and we saw a couple rushing first downs that he made. Good heads-up play. The one thing, if I'm going to say about this offense, we'll probably get to it, but I'm still not sold on this New England Patriots run game, especially short yardage. I think down the line in some closer games when you need those 3rd and 1s, I think they're going to miss Blunt moving forward.
Did you watch the game?
Yep.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, they ran it when they needed to.
Oh, really? Did you watch the game? Do you even know anything about football?
No, but
smug. Oh, hashtag smug Mitch.
Okay, well, all they're carrying. I'm just gonna put this out there.
Talk down, Mitch.
Why? Okay.
Love it.
Okay. Let's look at the stats. Lewis 5.8 yards per carry. Gillislee 3.9. Burkhead 5.2. Whitehead 4.8. That's pretty effective running the football, and they ran it the entire 3rd and 4th quarter, and they were able to secure their lead and win the game. So for me, that's a very effective running game for the Patriots.
Red zone?
When the Patriots, when the Patriots are what they are, which is a passing team first, that's a very effective run game in my opinion. We've seen the Patriots win with less. We've seen the Patriots win with 5 rushing yards before. So for me, I think the run game has gotten better and better the last few weeks, and I think it's only going to get better. And I think they did a good job of utilizing all their backs. So I understand what you mean with the short yardage, but at the same time, I think they have a lot more explosion in this run game, and I think it's a lot more balanced. And looking at those averages, I don't know how you can't say the Patriots weren't successful, especially when the Falcons are trying to stop the run and they can't stop it.
Well, let's be honest. That front seven's not good. Let's see when you go up against like a Broncos front seven or something. Try running the ball on them. You're always going to be able to pass the ball effectively. But we did see in the red zone, the red zone, Gillislee in those first games, we saw him pound it in. We haven't seen a lot of that since, and we've seen them getting stuffed more often than not, especially in the red zone in key running situations. It's easy to run the ball when you're up 20 points, 23 points. I know they're trying to stop them. It's less pressure. It's not big pressure.
But everyone knows you're going to run.
Yeah, but I think that comes down to Atlanta not having a good run defense as it is anyways.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's not this game. I'm not looking just at this game. I'm looking at overall, and what I saw that one time when Gillislee couldn't get it in from 1 yard out. I think that is a problem.
Yeah.
Normally they score in that situation. This time they didn't. Yes, it was only one instance, but down the line, if it just happened then against Atlanta, it's going to happen against other teams.
Okay. I saw a good run game personally.
Well, they were
I'm not
7
saying
for
the run game's not good. I'm just saying you should be wary of it down the road, not just this game. You just look at it. This game, we're the greatest. This game, we're the greatest. We're the New England Patriots. I'm just looking at
this game because that's what we're evaluating.
No, I know, but
last game they were good against the Jets too, and that's a good run defense. They held Ajay to like under 50 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's going to be a problem down the road in short yardage situations, especially with Gillislee. I think it should be a lot more Lewis, but I don't think Gillislee is very good at all, and I think that was huge waste of time. Obviously, they got him for nothing, but the hype that the New England Patriots were giving for Gillislee, fans
they weren't giving it. That was fans.
They were. Come on,
that was fans. The association, the New England Patriots, were not hyping Mike Gillislee up.
You were hyping Mike Gillislee up like he was going to rush for 1,000 yards.
Including a lot of fantasy owners because we like fantasy points.
Well, that still doesn't make you smart.
But you just said the New England Patriots were hyping him up.
No,
that's an incorrect statement.
New England Patriots. You're a guy that says for your team. So I'm saying that's what a lot of Patriots
New England Patriots fans, because Bill Belichick doesn't hype anyone but the other team.
Okay, then not them, but the fans. But the fans are the people we have to deal with day to day.
But at the same time, I didn't draft Gillislee in one single fantasy league. So that's how you know. I didn't really, I wasn't in love with him because I knew this offense was going to be, okay, Gillislee here, Burkhead here, White here. They're going to use all those backs.
I just remember a lot of tweets hyping Rex Burkhead, and I think these guys remember it too, and hyping the Gillislee acquisitions almost to maybe bigger than what we're seeing right now. That's all I'm saying.
I do think Blount will be missed. I do agree with Adam on that. I think Blount is a huge loss.
Personally, I don't, because Blount doesn't give you multifaceted game. When the Patriots play, you want the threat of the pass and the run, and Blount, that you're running the ball with Blount. They never threw the ball with Blount.
Adam can correct me if I'm wrong, but personally, he has receiving yards with Philly.
Personally, but he never did with New England, though. He never did with New England. But personally, if Dion Lewis continues to play the way he does, I think he will turn out to be a better lead back than Blount, personally. But just for the offense's sake. But obviously, he hasn't done it yet. He's played solid. He hasn't played amazing. But they are playing like 13. Oh, he only had 13 carries. Gillislee 8. Burkhead 6. White 4. That's the way this offense is going to run. They're going to give the ball to all their running backs. They're not just going to give their ball to one. So
I love being the host. It's fun. Let's go over to receiving stats for the Patriots real quick. And then we'll get into some comments right after this because we've talked about this. Well, actually, we'll talk about the next two games for both these teams. Hogan, 4 catches for 71 yards. Cooks, 4 catches, 65 yards, and that very nice touchdown with Gronk being the blocker. Gronk did not have he had one good catch or one big catch on the sidelines, but 3 catches, 51 yards. James White, 5 catches, 28 yards, and a receiving touchdown. His first touchdown since the Super Bowl. How do you guys feel about this? I like Hogan. Obviously, he's been a big pickup in fantasy for me personally, but he has had some good games over the stretch of the season. I like that they're using Cooks in different ways other than just use him in a long drive situation because the first couple of games, it seemed like we're going to throw him deep down the field. We're going to see how the defense uses to that. But in this situation, they threw some small passes, see how it goes, use him as an effective receiver, and then some good stuff solo. Amendola didn't have a big game, so that's one thing. But what do you guys think about the receiving team?
Something to be said about this is that there was only one guy with more than 7 targets, which is pretty crazy. Gronk had 7 targets. Hogan had 6. Cooks had 5, and White had 5. Amendola had 4. So they spread the ball around pretty well. Obviously, they had to deal with the new addition to this defense that is Desmond Trufant. This defense has been good. As much as you want to say that the defense, or for the team of the Falcons has not been good, the defense has been good. And they even showed those graphics where like the defense was better than the offense, which who would have thought that? I thought all players played pretty solid. I thought Cooks had a really solid game overall. He made a lot of nice catches. 4 for 65. He also had that touchdown, which was a receiving touchdown, but it was more like a run. Gronk, I thought he played a good game in terms of he made a lot of like all his catches came on big downs. There's only 3 of them, but they were all crucial catches to get the team rolling on 3rd down. James White was James White. Chris Hogan did his thing overall, but like no one was ultra amazing. Usually at least one guy gets 100 yards. That didn't happen in this game, but they didn't really need to because, like I said, they ran the ball 36 times. They only completed 21 passes, so that's a 15 difference right there. I thought the receivers did a good job. It's going to be interesting, Chris Hogan, with the whole concussion situation. I think he's okay, but we'll see going forward. He's been having a really good –
He was back.
He's been having a really good season. Yeah, he was back after, but you never know because Gilmore was back after his concussion, but he's out now. So we'll see. But Chris Hogan's been playing really good. I thought Cooks has been improving with chemistry every game. And Gronk's Gronk. And good thing that Gronk didn't come out with any he looked healthy in this game in the last 2 games. So that's nice to see. Go ahead.
I don't know if I have anything spectacular to add to that. I guess the one thing, Gronk took a couple false starts. I don't know what this may or may not be a big deal. That's probably just timing. Yeah, it's not the Patriots where someone's getting 100 yards, but they did their job. They were efficient today.
I was surprised Amendola didn't have a bigger game. I thought he would.
Yeah, just looking at the receivers, I just think they're going to miss Edelman in the future.
Yeah, that's a huge loss. That is absolutely, to me, I think as this season goes on, when the playoffs come, I think, and I said this in the preview too, I think the loss of Edelman is going to hurt the team at some point in time.
Yeah, it probably will. You guys are right. Edelman's amazing, but, they're playing really well right now. They're first in offense, so I think, we'll see what happens, but they're playing good right now. They've been efficient, and they've won games on offense primarily this year. So the offense hasn't been too much of an issue. There has been a little bit of an issue on the offensive line at times, but at other times it's been great. So just depends. We'll see with Edelman. It does take away a part of their game, which is it does take a little bit away from their quick passing game. But I think in the games that they need to do that, they've compensated by using White and using Amendola. So we'll see if they continue to do that.
All right, let's get into some comments. We've been going for so long that comments actually erase. So we're getting into the comments.
That's like every video.
Everyone, it's like, holy shit, we got too many comments. So we're gonna keep going. Killin' Boys has roasted everybody except for Mitch and I. He has roasted Mr.
Really? I thought he tried to roast me, but it didn't really work out.
I think he did once. But we'll get to that. He said, Kev, he wanted to go drink because he just couldn't believe at what Kev was saying with Doug Baldwin and Julio Jones.
Nobody will believe that.
Let's not get into that again, but that's the comments. He did say, AC tried to bully Mitch right there about the topic of the Pats. Did you watch the game? Well, let's see here.
I did watch the game.
You did.
But that's I'm just used to these comments already. It's like
it's great.
So easy. It's so easy to see it coming. I'm not surprised by what anyone ever says because just like, boom, gotta be prepared.
You gotta get the knockout. Yeah. Killin' Boy says, Russ, get the fuck out of here right now. Why can't Russell Wilson throw a pass under 2 yards without getting intercepted?
Oh,
that is from Bodo. That is from Bodo. So that's I don't know.
Big Ben.
Well, he did win his game. He won a good game today. Fact or fiction? Cardinals signed Jimmy Garoppolo in the offseason. Fact or fiction?
No. Fiction.
What did the Cardinals do with their QB situation?
Draft one.
I honestly, Sam Darnold has dropped in my quality a lot after his last couple of games, so I don't know.
So.
He's not good. I don't know where the hype is, man. I know I was a Jameis Winston hate guy a couple years ago, but this guy does. I don't see it. I don't see the potential, and I really don't see it. So
I could see Jacoby Brissett over Garoppolo.
Ooh, no, I
Jacoby
like
would
that.
make a lot more sense. He does fit that system pretty well.
Let's throw Jacoby to Larry.
Even though
like
Jacoby's
Brett
not
Hundley.
amazing, he does fit that system pretty well.
Give me Hundley.
Hundley. I think
Yeah.
McCarthy would want to keep him though. I think he would be like the system
I
quarterback.
think so too. We'll see. Is he on a contract here, Hundley?
I think so, right? He's been there 2-3 years after his draft. Yeah, probably.
It would be this year. Next year would be his contract.
Just don't
And
do
then
a Charlie.
the Browns will, and then the Browns will just pay him $70 million to be the quarterback. It's gonna be great.
That's the guy right there, man.
Yeah.
Charlie
They
Whitehurst
can never
did
get
have
it
the
right.
best hair in the game, though.
By the way, let's pray for Joe Thomas. His streak ended today, the greatest streak in football of what 10,300.
That's incredible. I give that man a hand for that.
Like over 10,000 snaps. That's amazing.
For the worst team in the NFL. That's incredible.
You know how many quarterbacks he's blocked since 2005? Over.
Well, he
17.
doesn't block the quarterback, Dylan. He blocks for the quarterback.
Okay, yes, but blocked for the quarterback. He's blocked over 15 quarterbacks for the Browns since 2005. So many great
He's
names.
been in the league since 2005.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to add one more name to the quarterback list. Case Keenum.
I think Vikings want to use him as a. I think they want to keep him.
Once Teddy's back, I feel like Case Keenum's going to be let go.
Or
Bradford.
I don't know.
Bradford. Depending on
But we
whoever
don't know
the
what
cheaper option is.
Teddy, you can't be convinced that Teddy's super healthy, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know
No,
about
but I mean, like going into
Bridgewater's
next
health.
year, they'll keep one of Bradford or Keenum.
They'll keep one of
the
them. They'll keep
Yeah.
If Bradford continues to play this season, he's out. I know he's been hurt, but let's just say that. Pittsburgh versus Matthew Stafford, Detroit Lions, Sunday Night Football. Who are we thinking in that game? Pittsburgh versus Detroit.
Steelers should win that game. The Lions are not looking too hot lately, and I'm still concerned with their offense. Their offense has been way too inconsistent. They don't have any playmakers. They can't ball.
So knowing the NFL this season, the Lions are going to win that game.
Yeah, probably.
By the way,
The way that the Lions win this game is if they get multiple turnovers from Ben. That's how they win.
Sunday Night Football has been trashed this year. There's been one game that was decided by one possession or less, and that was because Deshaun Watson threw a touchdown with no time left. So this has been an awful Sunday Night Football year so far. But guys, Steelers, Lions,
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No. I just think I'm impressed with the Steelers. I thought their defense would be better this year than last year, just because it looks like they had some young pieces that they just needed to mature a bit more. But it took them a while. But I think we're seeing lately that defense is starting to play a bit better, getting some stops. And then, Ben wasn't spectacular today, but I think their offense, I think they're having more fun. I think the thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers for a while there, I feel like there was just too much turmoil off the field.
Yep.
And I think everyone was going after each other. And I think they're just relaxed now, and they're having more fun with it. They're getting back to what they were successful offensively last year. And then I do think that defense is playing a lot better than it did last year. But it's still going to be hard to keep it because we got to see a couple more weeks of this defense playing well, because obviously we've seen both sides of it this year.
I don't want to use psychology in football, but it's part of it. I think with the millennial group, they need some kind of positive motivation. Like you said, they got to be they feel better. The game of hide and seek after the touchdown. It's so stupid, right? But it was funny because it's not all about yelling or Antonio Brown yelling at Ben Roethlisberger, Ben doing it to Antonio Brown. Don't need that if you're the Steelers. So yeah, I like that.
It's going to be interesting with the Steelers. Their defense has obviously improved a ton. But the thing with the Steelers defense is it's almost like the Patriots defensive question last year. Like, are they going to play a quarterback at any point this season? That's the question, right? That everyone had about the Patriots defense last year. Is that same thing going to happen? Of course, they play Stafford next week, so that'll be interesting. But as I said, I don't know how good that Lions offense is. They don't play another great quarterback till Brady, and then they play Watson. They play Andy Dalton again. They play Jacoby Brissett. They play Marcus Mariota, Joe Flacco again, the Browns again. So this defense should be able to just kind of build their confidence. And this defense has been decent statistically the last couple of years. It's just a matter of when they play good quarterbacks, it kind of seems to unravel. So I feel like the ultimate test is when they play a good quarterback. But I agree with you guys. This defense has been improved. It has been better. I think a big reason to that is their front seven is really talented. But I think not a lot of people talk about Ryan Shazier and how good that guy is. He's really good. I think if you look at a lot of the good defenses in this league, a lot of it has to do with their linebacker play. And I think Shazier has been really good. And Pittsburgh's defense seems better, but we'll see.
I do also think, like, from what I saw, I didn't see a lot of the game today, but I thought Joe Hayden was good from what I saw. I didn't mind him. And I was actually impressed with TJ Watt.
Yes, TJ Watt's doing good.
He's doing really well. And today it seemed like they discovered that they should run the ball, which was nice.
Well, they did. Well, they figured that out last week when Le'Veon Bell rushed for almost 200 yards. But
I've been saying that forever.
So I think everybody's been pointing that out.
On the ball.
I mean, you got an old Asian quarterback. Why not rush it with the guy that had the second most rushing yards last year while missing a couple of games?
Because we got to throw Antonio Brown the ball like 40 times, which is fine. I have him on my fantasy.
Deep throw the crap out of it. Holy shit. I mean, even there was just some plays, even today, it's like, chill out, dude. Like, come on.
I also like Mr. Schuster.
Schuster. I saw a lot of him in USC because I follow Ronald Jones. But yes, he's great. I like it. Fact or fiction, guys? Belichick has at least 10 more seasons as the head coach of the Patriots.
Fiction.
I would also agree. I don't know how old Belichick is, but
5, I would say.
I would say around 5. It depends. He might want to retire with Brady, but probably 5 seasons.
I think he'll stay for 3 more years of the process after Brady. I think Brady has 2 more seasons. I'm going to say 5 years. Racing?
Yeah, it's tough. Like, I don't think 10 because he's already probably, 65?
Somewhere around there.
He's old.
So, yeah. And that will be the funny thing to see. It's like, do you want to go out on top with Brady or do you want to prove that you can do it without Brady?
That's the thing.
When that comes, because it might be easier just to go out when Brady goes because
never get the question.
It would never tarnish his reputation. He's the greatest coach of all time. But if all of a sudden Brady leaves and you go 3, 7, and 9 seasons and then retire, it's not going to tarnish, but it's going to tarnish you at least for when you retire.
Bigger question: does Josh McDaniels stay until then, or does he leave?
I think
he stays.
I think he's already seen what happens when he leaves. He'll stay and hopefully try to take over. Or who gets it? Patricia. I think Patricia leaves before McDaniels. Just because. But I don't know.
I feel like the way that the NFL is working right now, that those two guys would stay together and they would have like the whole like duo head coach, like what's going on in the Rams, and they'd have McDaniels remain the OC and then kind of like duo it. But I don't know.
Patricia being a head coach would be interesting.
That's the thing too. That's what I was thinking. Could he be a head coach, Patricia?
Apparently, Belichick
I think you would get another.
Would be the guy. Apparently, that's what they've been saying. I don't know.
I think McDaniels would be the head coach, and then you would have Patricia still as a coordinator, but I think he would still help out with a lot of it. I don't know. That's how I feel. Killing boys trying to roast Mr. AC.
Yeah.
I will read word for word what this says.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Bro, who your faggot ass team? Oh, I forgot the sneaking Eagles, who's still in the playoff hangover and Super Bowl hangover to us in Pats. You fucking homer. That is the comment.
I'm a fucking homer. Oh, that's funny.
That is the comment.
Yeah, I am an Eagles homer. I am probably the most pessimistic Eagles fan you'll ever meet, let alone
except for EDP. Well, actually, he's angry.
I think he likes Andy Reid more than the Eagles, to be honest.
No, I like Peterson though. I do like the offense. It's good, but no, I cheer for the logo, but I'm realistic about my team. Yeah, we've never won a championship. I've seen a lot of losing in 20 years, right? A lot of losing, more than winning. So I'm used to losing. So anytime we win a game, it's a bonus.
Really?
Anytime.
I thought it was more winning. Losing in the big moments, but winning overall, right?
Yeah, but we still always had, even when we played well, like the McNabb years was winning, yes. But I guess I always remember like the stinker playoff games, like not even competing in the last game to do anything. That's what the Eagles have done the last 20 years is when it comes down to the big game, it's not even close. It's not like we put full effort and lose by a little bit. Like we literally just put up a stinker.
How about realistic expectations, Adam?
What about 4th and 22?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was pretty clutch, but we were playing somewhat of a good game, and we kept on moving on. But then when we went, obviously, in the Super Bowl, we lost. When we lost to Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship, we lost to Carolina in the NFC Championship. When we lost to the Rams in the NFC Championship.
Didn't they lose to the Cardinals in the NFC Championship, or was that the divisional round? Oh, wait.
No, they lost to the Cardinals, too. But
yeah,
they
that
made an
was that was later. That was in 2007, right?
Yeah,
so that wasn't that streak when we won 4 times in a row or whatever.
No.
Yeah,
I was just trying to think if that was the system. Okay.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. When we lost to the Saints in the divisional or the wild card round one year was pretty heartbreaking. I don't know. Whatever.
I could read another comment down here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be respectful. We already talked about it, so.
No, is that the one when he called me fat?
No, a little more than that, but maybe I'll screenshot it. Okay. Fact or fiction? The Steelers drafted quarterback in the first round of the draft this year.
They just drafted one last year. I don't know.
Fiction.
I don't think there's any like top talented quarterbacks right now. I mean, again, we're still halfway through the college season, so somebody could step it up, but I haven't seen a lot of prospects out of the college football right now. It's more about the trade or the offseason for me. So, fiction. Landry Jones is terrible. But
for me, I think they'll try and draft one in the second round, maybe. I don't think they'll draft one in the first round. Is the answer to the question.
They drafted somebody in the 4th round this year, right? It was in the
yeah.
I forgot who is
Dobbs. Is that his name?
Josh Dobbs from Tennessee. That's who they drafted.
Yeah.
I don't know if they need to. I mean, they do.
They might do that again.
Okay. Interesting. Because, well, let's think about this realistically. This could be Roethlisberger's last year. For sure.
If he retires, obviously it's different. They might draft one in the first round, or they might pick one up in free agency, but I'm not exactly sure yet.
I think,
we'll see.
Knowing the Steelers, I think they would go and do it in free agency. I feel like they're just that kind of team. But
they aren't a big free agent team.
No, they aren't. But the thing with them is they have to consider that their window is probably like 5 years, right?
It's like the John Elway system where it's like I got Peyton Manning. You knew how many good years.
But the Steelers aren't like that. They're more like the Packers in that way, where they'd like to draft, but it hasn't worked out for them since the last Super Bowl.
Just think about that. Let's see. Let's go to a couple more here. Oh, there's the comment about the fat AC. Okay, that was I just saw that one. Don't worry.
Commendable, very clever. You know what? He was actually being nice to me before, and then I guess I'm assuming it seems like he's a Patriots fan or something. I guess.
Yeah. I could understand why he's mad then.
That exactly.
I don't know.
I don't hold it against you, man. Hey, we're just talking sports, man. Just chill out just a little bit when you're on your keyboard next time, and just take a deep breath and be like, "Whoa, we're just talking about sports. Not the end of the world."
Whoa.
The grandma part. The grandma.
Whoa,
part,
dude.
That's
some dope, dude.
It's a little too much, dude. A little too much. Fact or fiction? Mitchell Trubisky will actually throw more than 10 passes next week.
Who do they play?
Let's find that out.
He did the Joe Flacco today. He won a game throwing 4 passes.
He didn't need to throw any passes. His
defense
got him two.
He had like 100 yards, didn't he?
Eddie Jackson got
90 yards or something like that.
Eddie Jackson got 2 touchdowns of 75+ yards, which, by the way, is the first time in NFL history that's happened.
They ran the ball like 40 times.
Let's see.
Which is how they're going to win because they have no receivers.
Mitchell Trubisky threw 4 of 7, 107 yards. There you go. Who do they play next week? They play the Saints next week. So.
Yeah, they'll have to throw.
You're going to have to throw.
They're going to have to throw the ball.
They're going to have to throw more than 10 times. Killin Boy says, "Bro, Dylan is a chill dude, and Mitch is the best, bro." Well, of course, because he's a Patriots fan. That's how it is. Bears winning the NFC North, says Bodo. No, Vikings are winning the NFC North.
What did he say?
He said the Bears are winning the NFC North.
They got a shot.
They got a shot, but just like any team in the NFL right now, they got a shot.
Vikings will win it, but they got a shot.
Vikings are going to win it.
I'll be cheering for the Bears.
Bears versus Saints, the battle of two surprise teams. Yes, it is. Bears versus
Here's a fact or fiction. Is this John Fox's real last year?
should be. I'm sorry, they want to take it to the next
No,
level.
if they go to the playoffs or they come close, it's not.
But I'm saying they should be because they need to get a new head coach.
Why? They're 3-4 with this talent, this lack of talent.
Terrible team.
They've got some kind of defense working. I don't know.
Yeah, they got a decent defense, which I said. No one believed me. I said that. But
when did
offense is
I say I didn't believe in
They
it?
have 2 running backs. That's it.
I don't know when I said it. I said
their O-line is okay.
Just saying, I don't know when I said that, but yeah, they've got something there. They need healthy receivers. They really do. Kevin White is their boy. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. Fact or fiction? Chargers will go back to San Diego in the next 3 seasons.
I hope so.
This has not been working.
Won't happen.
It won't happen because
It won't happen, but I hope so.
Because they're too stubborn. The NFL's too stubborn.
Yo, guys,
about the situation.
I'm just selling. I'm selling a laptop, and the person's outside. I gotta head out, but I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. See you, AC.
All right.
Peace, everyone.
Peace.
Keep it live on the BLV all day, every day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is the AC with the
Selling a
Reds.
laptop, hustling.
Hey, that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. If I told you after the Panthers game that the Patriots would only give up 7 points to the Falcons and in garbage time, would you have believed me? No.
Yes.
No. Come on, no.
Who was the one saying that they're going to get better?
That you saw them give up 33 points. You're honestly telling me you would have thought 7 points.
Maybe not 7, but like 10. Yeah. 10,
No.
10? Yeah.
No.
Yes. Bro,
No.
go back
No.
every game we talked about the Patriots. I said they would get better.
That doesn't mean
You're sure you said they would get better, but to say that you thought that they would only give up 10 to Atlanta, no.
Yeah.
No. No.
I would
No,
never.
but what was the question? Was it could they or will they? What was the question?
If I had told you after the Panthers game that the defense would only give up 7 points to the Falcons and in garbage time, would you have believed me? So 7 points.
Would you have believed me?
Yes.
That's a different question than will they.
I didn't say will.
I would have said it's possible because I know what they can do, but probably not would be my answer.
If you had said 20, yeah, I would have thought about it, but no, I would never have thought about 7.
I thought this game would be like 42-24 or something like that.
Okay, let's keep going. Fact or fiction? Dwayne Allen catches a ball for the Patriots this season.
Fiction.
He doesn't even go off the routes anymore.
Ariad has a comment. Kevel is the type of dude to hand out apples during Halloween, so he says you're corny. That's what I get out of that.
If he was corny, wouldn't he hand out like corn candies?
I mean, he's that kind of dude. He's just that. You got to give out the candy. You're not cool. That's
Okay,
what
Kev.
Not cool.
He's already got his costume off. Beach Kev.
And then Killin' Boy says, "Kev, you don't."
I have an apple right here. Right here is an apple.
Yes.
So he's probably right. Do you want it? There we go. I don't care. I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be cool. I'm just me.
I'm not cool. Killin' Boy says, "Kev, you don't have anything spectacular to say about anything except for your stinking Seahawks."
Scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
Let's see. Let me try to find some good comments here. My God, if the Patriots win again, this is going to be unbearable next season. That's what Bodo says because he's a Steelers fan, of course. Which Killin' Boy follows with. I'm confused. What?
If the Patriots win again?
Against, because he's a Steelers fan. He's saying if the Patriots beat.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Which Killin' Boy responds with, "Fuck the Steelers, bitch." Okay, nice. Let's see. Fact or fiction? The Patriots pay Malcolm Butler this offseason.
Fiction.
I'll say fiction because I don't believe it. I don't think they will.
They don't pay. This is
fiction. I had to think about it because it depends on what Butler wants to be paid. But I will say fiction. I think they will sign a pass rusher instead.
I guarantee the Super Bowl matchup will not happen. Seattle versus Houston, Super Bowl 52. No, I'm sorry.
That's exactly what Kevel predicted.
It's
And
not going to
I will
happen.
say, at this current point in time, I would say false.
I would also say
For the
false.
AFC, especially for the AFC.
It's going to be, you know who's playing next week? In Seattle is Houston and Seattle.
Oh!
That's next week's matchup.
Yes! So we can actually, it's going to be
I know
3-0.
who I'm picking in that game.
Yeah, I'm sure I do too.
I
But
do too.
I'm sure, yeah, whatever. Make your picks. By the way, before you, who was it? Arian? Apple dude? I picked the Rams to beat the Seahawks. So don't.
Arian doesn't know jack shit about football.
All he knows is Marks and Vince Russo. all I
Okay,
know.
well that's fine.
He said his team was the Packers, and then he's like, "So how are my Packers doing?" So
If only there was something called the internet.
Yes.
Predator says the Seacocks. Well, that's nice.
It's the Shithawks. Get it right. Next.
The Seacocks.
But I have a bold prediction.
Oh,
But
here
here's
we
a
go.
fact to fiction. Ben McAdoo is the head coach of the New York Giants. Their next game.
Their next game.
Their next game? Yeah.
They have a bye this week.
No, after the season.
Okay,
it's
this
different.
is my prediction. Ben McAdoo won't be fired this season.
I will say he will not be fired during the season. He'll be fired after the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you looked at that bench today of the Giants,
The Giants are too loyal of an organization, in my opinion, to fire their coach during the year.
Coughlin got fired after the season, and they've been their coach for years. They're not going to do that to him.
I've never seen a Giant bench look that deflated.
They're
Ever.
Terrible. They are
Ever.
absolutely terrible. But I think he's going to try to rally the troops to save his team, to save whatever. Because if they go 5-11, he's still going to be hired by the end of the year. I'm going to put that right there. It's not good, but
Guys, tell your friends. I'm just doing a cheap plug. Tell your friends to get us to 4,000 subs.
4K.
At 4,000 subs, we're doing a Q&A. So tell all your friends.
Yeah.
Get those subscriptions in so we can do a Q&A.
Like it. Okay, let's see if we got any more good comments. Chiefs are on the way down, says Predator.
I agree.
I am concerned about the Chiefs.
I think they've played their best football already this year. And I know the Chiefs fan in there is going to be pissed because I've been saying this for the last 4 weeks. But I've been right so far. So we'll see if it continues.
Well, he said
that doesn't mean I don't think they're going to still make the playoffs. I still think they're going to make the playoffs.
He did say Matthew, fuck you, and Predator, shut up. So that there is that. Now I'm probably going to be wrong. I did predict the Chiefs to not make the playoffs. I don't think that will happen, but we will see. I had them at 9-7. You never know. They could be going 4-5. You never know.
Doubt it.
But you never know. You say the Chargers are going to make the playoffs, or you think
They are.
They're not. I definitely will say they will not.
I will say this. They will beat the Chiefs the next time they play.
Who will beat the Chiefs the next time they play? The Patriots?
Da-da-da-da-da.
The losers! No, I guarantee that won't happen. Fact or fiction?
Charger.
No. Fact or fiction? This is a good fact or fiction. I know we want to talk about this. Marvin Lewis is still coaching the Bengals by the end of this season. Fact or fiction? Fiction.
Fact.
I don't know if I can say fiction. He's coached them for 100 years.
But he hasn't done jack diddly shit.
But you're not gonna, but the thing is, you're not gonna. That's a guy you're not gonna fire.
The Bengals don't care, bro. They only care about remaining decent. They're fine with.
Did you put this man on the list of
I
coaches?
did, but I'm not saying that he's going to be fired by midseason. I would highly doubt.
No. By the end of the season.
He is. I think this is his last year, but not. He's not going to be fired by now.
No. We're saying that the question was at the end of the season. I think it's going to be at the end of the season.
I think he's a Black Monday. Yes.
Because what has this team done? They don't win. He hasn't won a playoff game since he's been there. He's been there for years.
And they've gone to the playoffs 6 times.
Exactly. When did he get hired? It was the late 2000s, right? It was 2007.
I think it was 2006 or 7.
It's one of those years. So he's been there.
Maybe even 5.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's been in that organization for 12 years, and he's produced 0 playoff wins.
I think maybe even farther than that. He's been in the league forever.
Okay, let's figure this out.
He was the Baltimore defensive coordinator, then he got hired as Cincinnati's coach.
Marvin Lewis.
Fun fact, while we're at it, while you're doing your Marvin Lewis search,
Okay.
The San Diego Chargers have scored 35 consecutive points on the Denver Broncos.
He's been the head coach since 2003?
Yeah.
How is this man still the head coach? I just don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, god damn it. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. You don't produce Jack Diddley shit, is what I'm going to keep calling it. Jack Diddley shit.
Because the Bengals don't care. I told you this.
They've got thugs on their team, and they just don't care. But it doesn't. Why? Why can they not win for their
Is
organization?
that a lyric?
What?
Right.
They got thugs on their team, and they just don't. It sounded like a lyric.
It wasn't a lyric, but I like
This is the highest the Bengals
lyric.
organization have been in a long time.
Okay.
I'll throw a
Next.
name at you.
Can we end this video?
I'll throw
Hold
a name.
on. Hold on.
I'm going to throw a name at you. Chris Collinsworth.
He's not a good coach. He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Now, here's a guy who...
Yeah. GM.
Oh, GM. Maybe.
Here's a guy who... Okay.
Here's a guy. He would hire everyone. He would sign everyone in the league. He likes every player. I don't think he dislikes one player in the league.
Bro, he'll hire everybody. He's like, oh my God, Vic Beasley. Oh my God, this guy. Oh my God, oh my God. I remember he said that about Kevin fucking Ogletree 5 years ago. I wonder what he did after that game. I don't fucking know. He had 8
I remember that game.
He had 2 touchdowns that game. He had 8 in his entire career. 8.
Okay. I remember that game.
I
picked him up in fantasy after that.
I think a lot of people did, actually. Okay, last question. This is for the fact or fiction, and we'll get out of here. Will Patrick Mahomes start the season?
Nope. Fiction.
Next year?
This season.
No, fiction.
Oh, fiction.
I said this earlier.
Unless Alex Smith gets hurt.
Yeah, I'd agree. I don't think you can.
Fact, he will start next season.
He'll start sometime next season. I would agree with that. Okay, one more question from T. Clark.
Fascinating to what you do with Alex Smith next year.
He will go to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
No, he won't. He'll go to
replace a quarterback with a guy that's 1 year.
He'll go to let me see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe the Giants.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe the Jags.
Cards.
Even better.
Cards.
God, Blake Bortles is just awful. Just awful.
He threw 3. He had 300 yards today.
And I don't know how the Bills are looking at. I don't know how the Bills are looking at Tyrod Taylor and not like saying, "How is this guy? We want to get rid of this guy." I don't understand that.
Because the Bills organization is a dysfunctional mess that has been a clusterfuck ever since they lost 4 Super Bowls in the row in the 90s. They're terrible. They haven't won a playoff game in this.
I know, but like, how can you look at the rest of the NFL and say Tyrod Taylor cannot start for our team?
Actually, I think Marvin Lewis has won 1 playoff game since he's been hired in the 2000s. At least
0. I thought.
I think he's won 1 because the stat is. Has it been 0? Did the Bengals? The Bengals won in the first 3 years before Marvin. Because the only team that hasn't won a playoff game in this millennium is the Bills. Every other team has the last one.
No, the Browns.
No, the Browns won 1 in 2002. They won the wild card game. Then they lost in the divisional round.
The Browns made the playoffs in 2002.
Yes, they did.
Who was their quarterback?
Tim Couch?
No, it wasn't that game versus.
I don't remember the Browns making the fucking playoffs.
They made the playoffs 1 year. Hold on, I gotta. Because the only team that has done it.
2002 was the only year that the Patriots didn't make the playoffs with Tom Brady at quarterback.
That'd be great if the Browns made the play. That will never happen. They went. Yeah, they. Oh wait. Okay, 2002 they lost the wild card.
Not the fucking playoffs.
They went to the playoffs in 2002.
No, they didn't.
It says it right here. Now I was wrong. They lost to the Steelers in wild card round.
Yeah, I remember that because that was Tommy Maddox.
Yes, there it is.
Tommy Maddox was the Steelers quarterback.
That's right. Yeah, that's what and it was Kelly something. Kelly.
All right,
Kelly
let's end this
Holcomb.
video, Dilly.
Yeah, we gotta go. I gotta go.
Okay, I gotta watch the Shield match from earlier tonight. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this extremely long recap. If you guys enjoyed,
Kelly Holcomb. Okay, I remember him.
yes, that's the boy. So comment below your thoughts on the Falcons Patriots game. Subscribe to the Bottom Line View. We're at 3615, so we want to get to 4,000. I said by the end of the year. Mitch wants it by the end of November. So we want to get it done though.
End of
We
November.
appreciate it.
4,000.
4K. We want 4K either way, okay? 4K magic. So subscribe to the channel. Turn on those
We got
notifications.
16 in like a day.
Yes,
good.
we did.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Turn on the notifications. Tell your friends. Tell your buddies. Tell the guy on the street who has like a flip phone. Tell him about it. Don't matter.
Tell the preacher.
Tell the preacher.
Tell the priest.
Tell the priest. Tell Beach Kev. Tell everybody you know. From everywhere wherever you live in the world. So for Kev and Mitch, it's still on the Bottom Line View. Peace.
Deuces.